Welcome back to my channel, and let's see what the current situation that Spirit wishes to address today. What is the current situation Spirit wishes I can't talk wishes to address today, and what is path A, meaning if you do not change your mentality at all about the situation, what is the future outcome? Path B is, hey, I raised my vibration, I changed how I'm thinking, and now that I've done that, this is the future outcome of this situation. So, Spirit, please advise us today. What is the situation you wish to talk to us about? What is the current situation? And this can be anything. It can be love. It can be work. It can be your path. I never know. So it just depends on who needs this message and what needs to be talked about. So we first get the Eight of Cups in reverse, and I pull 3 cards, and then I clarify those 3 cards with another 3 cards. So what is the current situation you wish to address today? The 5 of Swords. One more, please. What's the current situation you wish to address today? And the 7 of Wands. Wow, it feels like someone is feeling in some defensive energy here, having to defend themselves. Let me just get a general look at this. 8 of Cups in the reverse talks about, I really need to see into, make a change, make a shift. Maybe I've not done that, and I'm beginning, though, to either hear what my heart is saying, or I'm getting past those mental hurdles that keep me from listening to my heart. I'm starting to work my way around those emotions and starting to hear some things that I need to hear. Then we have the 5 of Swords, which can talk about conflict, things being kind of up in the air. And then we see a defensive energy. So someone here just initially just getting a glimpse of this picture that Spirit's wanting to show us of whatever drama you may have found yourself in, is you're standing courageous, you're trying to stand your ground, you are spiritually protected, but you just feel like you are coming up against some conflict here, trying to listen to your heart. Now, this may be a repeat of yesterday, so whoever yesterday's message was for, this may be a little bit more for you today because it kind of feels like a similar message. But let's get some clarification on these first 3 cards. So give me a little bit more, show me more of this picture from the 8 of Cups in the reverse. Eight of Cups in the upright means usually walking away from something that you've invested a whole heck of a lot of time in. And in the reverse, it's like I've not done that yet, but I'm starting to see clearly that may be what needs to happen. And the 6 of Cups in the reverse is clarifying the 8 of Cups in reverse. And that can talk about, I'm holding on to the past. I'm holding on to something in the past. I'm refusing to let it go. I really want it to work. And yeah, so this 8 of Cups is being confirmed by the 6 of Cups, saying, yeah, there is a situation here. At the center of it is conflict. It keeps me in a defensive energy, or feeling like I always have to explain myself or defend myself. And our past relationship, our memories of the past, the love that we share, like that's keeping me kind of bound and keeping me from listening to my heart and doing what I feel I should do. So the 5 of Swords, please clarify the 5 can't not talk this morning. The 5 of Swords. Please clarify the 5 of Swords, please. Please show me, Spirit, more of this situation. The Nine of Pentacles. So this conflict could be about your independence and your maybe something that you've accomplished, maybe some prosperity that you're moving into, maybe some stability that you're moving into, and this is causing an upheaval. This is causing a conflict of some sort. And this is very similar to the story from yesterday. So if you haven't watched yesterday's upload, that would be a good idea. Tell me more about this. For someone is getting married or moving on and getting married, and this is a threat to someone else, or maybe even to parents. There's just wanting to go off and do your own thing, feeling really good about it, feeling stable in yourself, but yeah, being kind of held back. So give me a little bit about the Seven of Wands. Give me some clarification on the Seven of Wands. To clarify the Seven of Wands, you have the Six of Wands in the upright. I like this card a lot. Ooh, this energy feels really good. And yes, it is about victory, glory, triumph, being successful at what you want to do. If you are in doubt, am I going to be, like, I'm getting so much conflict here. Am I going to be successful at this? Is this going to be a success? It feels like a yes. It feels like yes, this is successful. Yes, this is good for you. Yes, this is something you've worked towards. You've been putting a lot of actions towards. You've been pouring your heart into. It is growing. Something is growing here. And I really feel all it's going to take is, there's guilt. I feel a lot of guilt with this Six of Cups in the reverse. But when we have relationships and we have a lot of memories of the past, and we do have those connections, and that person doesn't either feels threatened by what we're doing, or doesn't like what we do, or doesn't agree with what we're doing. Maybe this is a friend who doesn't like who you're about to marry, or it's someone close to you that you really trust, and you really, you really want them to approve. You really want them to be happy for you. They're not. And that's hard for you to walk away from. That's hard for you to just close your heart and say, well, I don't care what you think. Because you do care what they think. However, sometimes you come to a fork in the road, and that journey, if they can't go with you, if you know that you're following your heart, and you know that you're going your path, and they can either choose to go with you or not go with you. This person may be choosing not to go with you, or it may be that you have advanced spiritually, vibrationally, and they can't go with you. They are not a vibrational match anymore for that energy. Therefore, they need to stay. This is serving as kind of a trigger for them to now have to look at their stuff. There may be a very codependent relationship here that maybe they weren't aware that they were just a little bit too attached to you and your attention and your time. And now your time is moving, you're following your heart in this thing, and it's just caused a lot of upheaval in this past relationship, this friendship, or this, whatever this is, whoever this person, I am kind of feeling a friend, is just not And it's hard. It's hard on your heart because, especially if you're very close to this person, you just want them to be happy with you. And you can't make them. You can't make them be happy with you. You can't. And the reason that they're not, I'm telling you, a lot of times we think situations are about one thing, but it's never about what we think it's about. Your two souls, if this channel is all about coming up and looking at the higher perspective of this. That's how we get free to be able to move forward. You think that it's about one thing, but if you come up higher, you can see that your two souls agreed that you would come to this fork in the road and that they would finally have to address codependency. They would finally have to look at it. And they would finally have to feel the pain of losing you, or they're not losing you, but in their mind, because your attention is now going elsewhere, they feel like they are losing you. And so that's their perspective. They're having that perspective for a reason. They have stored pain around that area. Maybe they have abandonment in their past. Maybe they have rejection in their past. And you've been there to comfort them. And now, you're growing up. Your time and your energy is going somewhere else. You're advancing spiritually. Your vibration has raised. And there they still sit, just depending on you to help them feel better and to babysit them emotionally. And you're not going to do that anymore. Okay, so I need you to cut the cord and free yourself of the guilt. This is their journey to go through. So let's look at path A and path B. That was a lot, and I can feel the pull. I can feel this Five of Swords. I can feel this conflict, and it kind of almost feels more like yes, it may have caused some arguments, but it's more the inner conflict that you're going through of like, oh, I don't want to hurt this person. But then again, I have to, I can't just continuously explain myself, and that's exhausting. I'm wearing myself out, explaining myself over and over and trying to comfort them and trying to make them feel better as I move forward. And you just got to move forward. You've got to listen to your heart because it's successful. It's the Six of Wands. So here we go. What is path A? If you do not change your mentality and how you're thinking at all, how is this going to turn out? What's going to be the outcome? So path A, staying at the same vibrational level that you are now, not changing any of your thoughts. You got the Mother Star in the reverse. We learned that the Mother Star is a whole new card in this deck, the Wandering Star. If you're wondering what tarot deck this is, it's called the Wandering Star by Kat Pierce. So the Mother Star in reverse. That just says suppression to me, being suppressed. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. No, this is unhappiness. This is not you not following your heart. No, we got to change that vibe. I can already see it. And the Eight of Swords in the upright. Holy moly. You're just going to feel so trapped and so frustrated and have so much anxiety if we don't shift this. I'm not even really going to go into this too much. This is a total where you are and how you are thinking has to change. Or you're not going to follow your heart. This Mother Star says you have all the tools and the resources, but you're suppressing them and you're hiding your light. You are refusing to advance. You are refusing to grow. You're by choosing to babysit this person emotionally, you are suppressing your own growth. And that's not what you're here to do at all. Okay? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. You could have the happy, so much happiness and family and abundance and all these good things, and it's just in the reverse. Eight of Swords. Mental, these thoughts, how you're thinking about the situation, or how you were thinking before you started listening to this reading, is going to keep you so trapped. So now, with that being said, let's look at if they... Oh, wow. Spirit is good this morning. Path B. This card just jumped out. If you shift your mentality, here's the Six of Swords. This is you moving on. Taking your thoughts and moving forward. You're just moving on. You will move on if you can shift this. I didn't even get into the explanation of how to shift it, but I will. So let me get the last three cards here. Future outcome, if they change their vibration to the absolute highest level. The highest level vibration. Four of Wands in the reverse, and we'll get to what that is talking about. Four of Wands in the reverse. So if they change their vibration to the highest level, what is the outcome of this situation? Five of Wands. Yeah, the competition is that ends. This competition, the defensiveness, the debate is over. You just shake right on out of this experience. As I've said in other readings, when you're in the mentality that you are in, you are matching the situation, which means you're just in the karma and you're creating more karma. So you're in a cycle and it's just going to keep repeating. So even if this resolved, in whatever way it resolves, you'll come up against something similar to this again. So how about let's go ahead and get the lesson here and realize that we don't hold ourselves back because of others' codependencies, others guilting us, others manipulating us, others making us feel bad for our choices. We don't hold ourselves back. They are not our guiding light. They may be your best friend in the world, always supporting you, but you have to listen to your divine knowings. That is the path that you are to follow. And if they were in their consciousness, there would not be a conflict anyway. It would be support. It would be like, yes, but they are in their fear. They are in their fear, and that's why they're offering this resistance that you're feeling. So if you shift your vibration, you come up higher, and all that means is change your focus. I'm not focusing on this person's feelings. I'm focusing on what I'm moving forward to. I'm looking ahead and in front of me. And when I think about this person, I send them love. I hope that they come out of their fear soon. I hope they work their way through that. I really do. I'm here to support them even, but not at my own detriment. I'm going to stay my path, stay my course, love them from a distance if that's what it has to be. But that's what I have to do. And this can be, this isn't just because I'm saying this so, like, yeah, just do that. It's not easy. This is not an easy thing I'm asking you to do because your emotions are involved. Your heart is involved with this person. And you feel like you're hurting them. You're not hurting them. If you stay, you'll be enabling them from pushing through this fear that they have. And you'll also be hurting yourself because there's things in front of you. There's this big old fat Six of Wands sitting there saying, yeah, hey, come on, let's go. So if you can hold on to what I'm saying, if you can remember this, what I'm saying, pray for their, swift journey through the fear that they're here to move their way through. And at the, your two souls agreed that you would trigger this for them, and you just did. Let them have it. Let them do it. You're here. You're not, your love hasn't changed for them. Nothing has changed at all. They need to go through this and work through their codependency. The Six of Swords says you are just moving on from this situation. Now let's talk about this Four of Wands in reverse. So as you raise your vibration, you are not going to be a vibrational match for interacting with this fear anymore. So you're going to come up into the unconditional love level, and you're going to see this from the higher perspective. You're going to see that that's their stuff. They'll have to work through it. And so you're going to see this instability in this connection. So you're going to see that them start to pull away, or it's just like, not calling as much, or maybe even shutting you out. You're going to see that, okay? And you need to be prepared for that by understanding this isn't personal. This is not your fault. You've not hurt them intentionally. They're hurt, but it's their fear hurting them, okay? You need to understand that this is going to happen because you're no longer a vibrational match to them. You're no longer sitting in fear with them. You're now raised up into the unconditional love space, and they're not there. So the interacting with them on a physical is not going to happen. So you're going to see them kind of move away or fall away as you, not even doing anything else other than changing the way you're thinking. Not talking to them about it, not anything. Like, you change the way you think, you move up into unconditional love, it'll shift them out of your life. They can't be in that reality with you until they work through their fear, and hopefully they will. And then you can start interacting, so it will not be the same, okay? So to just go ahead and make your peace with that, this is part of the journey. This is part of how we grow. These things happen in these seasons of our life as we start to grow and we start to really go towards following our heart, and we're working our way out of fear. You're going to see people who still have a lot of heavy fears not coming with you, okay? Just prepare yourself for that. So as you change your mentality, then you also see the 5 of Wands in the reverse. This is a sigh of relief after a struggle. So you're no longer up against this conflict, the 5 of Swords anymore. It's just like a breath of fresh air. Yes, this person is no longer in your life, and maybe, just not in the same way that they were. Maybe they're still there. Y'all just don't talk as much. The relationship has changed, okay? You didn't give in to the guilt. You didn't stay in the fear with them. And so it has to change. And through that change, you're going to see like some space. Oh my gosh, some space, some freedom, some... like a heaviness is lifted, and you don't have to feel responsible. You realize you're not responsible for this person's progress. This is not about the relationship. This is about soul's progress. I need you to really remember that, to stay in the unconditional love space. This is not about this personal, one-on-one, physical world, reality relationship. I know that that's what your mind will tell you it's about. It's not. It's about 2 souls growing and evolving. Every situation in life is about that. It's about the souls growing and evolving and what we trigger in one another. That's it. It's not about the experience itself. It's not about the situation itself. It's about if you're going to move through the fear and come up to unconditional love. That's what it's about. You are doing that in some situation in your life. This is triggering another person who is close to you. And it's sending them into a space where now they need to move through some fear so they can come up higher. Okay? So remember that as you move forward, this is going to feel so spacious. And the hardest thing you'll have to do, though, is just to make your peace with how this relationship is shifting. And know that this is not personal. It's not about the relationship. On a soul-to-soul level, you two are fine. You two will always be fine. You're totally unconditionally loving of each other. That's the truth. That's the truth of this situation. Now, in the physical 3D world, it looks opposite to there. It looks like something's wrong. That's not true. That is not the truth. Your mind will tell you that's the truth, will keep you in that Eight of Swords energy, and will keep you down in fear. That's not the truth. On a soul-to-soul level, you can never change. Your love for one another will never change. Nothing that either one of you does, it's not conditional at all. It's based off of, it's unconditional. In that world, it's unconditional. I love you the same today, tomorrow, forever. It's always the same, no matter what. No matter what actions you take in the physical. That's the truth of you and this person's relationship. Hold on to that for dear life as you keep your vibration raised. Move through this and get so much freedom and so much space and so much breathing room. And when they work through their fear, when they come back to you, your relationship will be healthier. And I believe in this person. I believe that they're going to do it. They may fight and resist and blame and shame and talk bad about you and do all kinds of things in the process. But I believe this person's going to come through it. And when they do, your relationship won't be a codependent, toxic one anymore. They'll be more solid and more in their unconditional love space and more free of fear. And so it'll be such a healthier relationship. I hope this helps. I'll see you on